Just want to point out, in addition to all the other things that have been said, that our statutes 38, 1149, and 1150 require that the position be filled with a licensed dentist. And for the last 7 years, that position has not been filled, even though it's authorized by statute. It hasn't been filled with any regularity. The reason we need a dental health director is to expedite sound dental public health policies, and he or she works with the public health, the offices of rural health, and with Medicaid, and directs resources where they are most needed. We also need to meet additional requirements, but the key is the funding. We have in the past, the department has requested grant funding and put those applications in, but have not received grant funding. And in fact, we lost out on about $500,000 most recently, mainly for the real reason, or the most important reason, that we didn't have a dental director in place or hired and not funded. But I think probably the best I can do to describe how important this is to read a little bit of the testimony from Dr. Miski, a pediatric dentist out in Hastings, very active. And she testified the primary role of your state dental director is to prevent dental disease before it occurs. It's much easier than cheaper to keep our citizens free of disease and to spend more dollars. Treatment of tooth decay is very expensive, costing taxpayers several $1 million a year in Medicaid items. This isn't to mention the pain and suffering for many experience from the preventable disease tooth decay. More specifically, the chief dental officer spends a great deal of time working to prevent tooth decay before it occurs. And it goes on to say that he or she writes grants that, as I mentioned, we lost a fairly substantial grant. So, in summary, this is what I'm speaking on at this time. I solicit your support to fund this. We need to get a practitioner hired to expedite these things. It will result, in my mind, even though there are other things with the grant application, those can all be taken care of or modified to satisfy the Health Resources Administration that has to okay the grants. And once we do that, I think we'll be in good place. I will mention that a constituent of mine, Dr. Eric Hodges, a pediatric dentist in Omaha, who contributes a great amount of his time free of charge, says that he has just seen some horrible cases of tooth decay in children that are affecting their, or will affect their entire life, especially at school, and affects their future, let's put it that way, both as far as employment and health. So, and he, on behalf of the Dental Association, is a great advocate of this. And so I would urge you then to support the overrides and specifically then the dental health director. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Nelson. Senator Hansen, you are recognized.